Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel, and today I'm super excited. We're going to be starting a new kind of series thing. I'm going to be calling it Breaking Down the Song, and what we're going to be doing is picking one of my favorite musical theater songs that I know really well, and we're going to be breaking it down to really understand the character and understand the meaning behind the lyrics, and kind of just things that normal people wouldn't notice if they're only listening to the song for the first time. So for this one, I'm going to be doing one of my favorites. That's On My Own from Les Miserables, my favorite musical theater show of all time. So we're going to get started with this, and I just want everyone to know that these are my interpretations of On My Own, and maybe if you know this show really well, maybe you have different interpretations. But On My Own is basically when Eponine sings about being in love with Marius, but he doesn't even notice because he's in love with Cosette. And I'm going to be breaking down the song, and you guys can use these kinds of tips and tricks that I'll talk about at the end to break down your own songs, to be able to act them better for an audition. So we're going to start. If you see me looking up a little bit, it's because I have the whole speech typed out on my wall behind the camera so I don't get off track. So, we're told in Les Mis that Eponine is a very tough woman. She's very kind of badass, you know? And so she feels like she can't be vulnerable, especially around Marius, because she thinks that being tough is her only purpose in life. And this comes from her terrible childhood. If you know Les Mis, her parents are not good people. They're bullies themselves. And they actually teach Eponine to be mean to Cosette as a child. And I think Eponine carries this guilt within her about that, which is why she isn't resentful towards Cosette when they grow up. So Eponine is actually a very damaged and broken person, but she would never let anybody see it. And that's why she waits until everyone is asleep to really open up about her emotions and sings On My Own. So we know that Eponine is in love with Marius, and he doesn't even acknowledge her feelings, even though they're right in front of his face. Marius tells her to bring a love letter to Cosette, not her, and she's obviously very hurt by this, and then she sings On My Own. In the first part of the song, she sings, "And now I'm all alone again, nowhere to turn, no one to go to, without a home, without a friend, without a face to say hello to." And when she says this, she's starting to break down her walls and talk about why she is so broken. She feels like everyone she loves doesn't love her back, and they only keep her around to use her. And then she sings, "The city goes to bed, and I can live inside my head, on my own, pretending he's beside me." Again, we see that she's only comfortable being vulnerable when she's by herself. And she goes on to say how she loves him and how she imagines them being together forever. And as she finishes this thought, another one kind of pops into her head, and she remembers that it's all a fantasy that will never come true. And the reason why Eponine thinks that it could never come true is because she has very low self-worth. And this is because all of her life, no one has ever told her how loyal she is, how smart she is, how brave she is. All she ever gets from her parents is how much of an embarrassment she is. And when she is told that over and over and over again, she starts to believe it. So even though she loves Marius, she thinks that she isn't worthy of him, which she totally is because Marius is kind of a jerk. So later in the song she sings, "I love him, but when the night is over, he is gone, the river's just a river." And I love this line because it's when the audience starts to see the real Eponine, who is emotional and raw. And she's also saying how it's all an illusion that goes away when people are around, because she puts on a brave face in front of others. And my personal favorite line is when she says, "Without me, his world will go on turning, a world that's full of happiness that I have never known." So just think about that for a second. Without me, his world will go on turning. A world that's full of happiness that I have never known. And this is saying Eponine loves Marius so much and would give up anything and everything to make him happy. But she believes that if she wasn't in his life anymore, it wouldn't even affect him. And his life would be filled with so much love and happiness that she's never had because she's been treated horribly by her parents and by Marius. So can you guys imagine how that would feel to love someone so much, but that person doesn't even care if you were gone? And that's how Eponine feels. And after she admits this big emotional triumph with Armand, which is the emotional climax of the show for her, she realizes that she has to put up her walls again because it's going to be morning soon and there's going to be people around, and she feels like she has to pretend to be this big and strong person. And that's why the last two lines of the song are, I love him, but only on my own. And even when she gets shot and she is dying in Marius's arms, she insists on not feeling any pain because she doesn't want Marius to see her vulnerability, even when she's dying. So, and I think that takes a lot of courage for someone to do that. And that's why I really love Eponine. So that's the end of this breaking down the song. So if this really helps to understand your character, helps you to act it out, especially in an audition, because say if your voice isn't feeling that great, you're gonna have to rely on your acting that day of the audition to get you the part. So when you are trying to break down a song like I have, you're going to want to be really familiar with the entire show, the entire arc of your character, and then really listen to the words of the song and what it's trying to tell you. So that's what I've done. That's pretty much my process. So thank you guys for watching. I hope you liked this video. If you did, or if you have any different kinds of interpretations for Les Mis, please comment down below, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel and like this video. Thanks. Bye.